Hi guys, welcome back. Dr. Kischa here. I'm so happy that you decided to join me for another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to find the one. So sometimes we think that there's this big old formula on how to find the one. And there is, and we'll get to that in a second. But first, let's uncover something. Let's reveal your relationship patterns. I'm going to give you a little bit of psychoeducation here on what your relationship patterns reveal about you. Do you feel like you're attracting the same person into your life over and over again? Not the same exact person, but I'm talking about different people with the same characteristics. Many of us are entertaining the same relationships repeatedly because we are unaware of our relationship patterns. So the way we do relationships have little to do with what we want. I know that's contradictory to some of the things that I've been telling you, but they have a lot to do about what we've learned and what we've witnessed. So this applies to all of our relationships, platonic, romantic, professional, and what we've been taught about our relationships in our childhood subconsciously plays out in our adulthood. We're attracting what's familiar, what agrees with our belief system about what we've been taught about relationships. There's this quote that I love, and I know I say I love a lot of quotes, but there's this quote that says, "You attract what you are." And I think it's so fitting. We do. Where we are in life, what we think about ourselves, what we think we deserve, we attract that person into our life. I know some of us were raised in some pretty chaotic environments, so not all hope is lost. But we must work to recognize the patterns that impact our relationships and our decision-making skills. Many of us want to skip this step. This is a hard step because it requires work and it requires your energy to fix this problem. You will not attract the one into your life until you work to recognize your unhealthy relationship patterns. The problem isn't always the other person. Remember what I've said previously. You are responsible for your heart. No one else. Your focus is all wrong, caught up in what that other person did or didn't do. When you forget one huge thing, you help create this. You help create this relationship. Your filter, your belief system, everything that you've been taught about relationships, what you've witnessed, your mom, your dad, your mom's boyfriend, your dad's girlfriend, everything that you saw attracted this person, and you're playing out what you learned. You need evidence? Think about it. Pause this video if you have to. Go back and look at your relationships. See if there's any similarities between the relationships that you witnessed growing up. If you're caught up in the belief that it's someone else, you will repeat the pattern. I'm going to say that one more time. If you're caught up in the belief that the problem is always external, you will repeat these patterns in your relationships. Your relationships are a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. What you attract, what you entertain, what you tolerate is like holding up a mirror to your self-esteem. So who taught you? What did you learn? What did you convince yourself? What do you believe about your relationships? Do you think that you're undeserving? Do you think that you'll never have what Sally has when she posts about her relationship every 5 seconds on Instagram? Have you ever refuted those beliefs? That's where we get stuck, and that's where I come in. You've convinced yourself that all of these problems are all external and not internal. We're blaming others over behaviors that we allow. So what do your relationships look like? Do you allow people in and out of your life because that's what you saw and that's what you experienced as a child with your relationship with your mom or dad? Are you quiet and afraid to speak your mind because you were taught that your thoughts and feelings don't matter and children should be seen and not heard? Are you a workaholic or an overachiever because you were taught that you couldn't get any attention unless you were doing something spectacular or making a lot of money? Are you in relationships with people that you think are more important than you? That their feelings matter more than yours? What kind of relationships are you trying to recreate? You can't recreate your ideal relationships until you have established your value and realize that you're worthy and good enough. So in order to find the one, I got you. You have to be the one. You have to believe that you're deserving. You have to love you first. You have to be kind to you first. You have to uplift and motivate you first. You have to speak life to your dreams and death to your fears first. You have to change your mindset. You have to practice that. You have to live that. You have to exude that. So that way it will act as a filter and repel the relationships and the people that are not supposed to be in your life. You can't get what you want from someone else until you first give it to yourself. I had to recognize my relationship patterns too, guys. I'm not just speaking out of a place of all-knowing. No. I had to live it. I had to experience it too. I had to dispel of the narrative that relationships suck and all guys are horrible, and that's not true. What was I allowing and what was I tolerating? I had to stop looking for band-aids and people to fix my internal wounds and fill a void. What void am I using relationships to fill? When you operate out of that place, out of trying to fill a void with a relationship because you're feeling broken, you're feeling lonely, you're feeling unworthy, you will compromise your standards. You will. Your standards are nothing compared to that. They will get blown right through. Now that doesn't mean that there's not crazy people out there that'll try to take from you and hurt you. But the thing is, what do you think you're deserving of? Remember when I said you get what you tolerate? It's true. There's hundreds of people out there that have witnessed infidelity and domestic violence. But the thing is, their belief system about how they feel and think about themselves won't tolerate that behavior in their life. We have to get to a place of love and acceptance. Now, I'm a huge advocate for mental health. So if this step is tricky for you, don't be ashamed of seeking help, employing a therapist or psychologist to help you build up your self-esteem. Relationships should only add to your life. You should already be happy. Relationships should make you happier. It's not a bad thing to think that you're worthy and special and deserving of certain behaviors. For some reason, thinking that you're special triggers people. And I don't really understand. I actually do know why. Your happiness and your confidence triggers their insecurities. So that's not your problem, that's theirs. So what are you making of these 80 years on this planet? You could do things the easy way, or you could do things the hard way. This is limited time. You need to hurry up and subscribe to the belief system that you're valuable and unique. Despite what you've been told and the lack of love and support that you've received in the past, you need to make the choice that you are valuable and demand that others treat you that way. When I changed the way that I felt about myself and fell in love with me, it made a huge difference in the type of people that I attracted into my life. And it's part of my life's work, my calling, to help you get to a place, a happy place, where you feel good about yourself and you don't care what other people think. Who cares if they don't like you? Who cares? I don't care if people like me. I like me. So listen, don't get upset about your past decisions. We do the best that we can with the information and the skills that we have at that time. Extend a little grace and forgive yourself. Looking back, you don't have to agree with every crappy decision that you made about relationships, but you do need to forgive yourself in order to move forward and making steps towards becoming the one. So the one is you. You are the one. Become the one. Embody the characteristics that you want your future one to have, and you'll attract the one into your life. I know that was a sneaky video, but I don't care. You gotta learn the lessons just like how I did. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Until we meet again, bye.